and originates from Whitby. She began her career in recruiting and HR management, where she spent 10 years. She has also worked over 20 years with companies such as Purolator, ASL Transportation, and GLS Canada. She is thrilled to be part of the nonprofit sector, as she has always had a passion to work with survivors of intimate partner violence. She holds the role of housing stability and partnership coordinator, assisting with AFW's capital project and working to strengthen partnerships and address housing insecurity in Prince Edward County. So we're delighted to have Kathy here today as our guest speaker, and I'll turn it over to her.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for having me today. As already mentioned, I'm fairly new with Alternatives for Women, so forgive me if I'm not so quick on the slides, but I'm going to ask Jay to move on to the next. Uh-oh. I'm so glad that's not me. Yep. Hang on. So Alternatives for Women has been an ongoing nonprofit in Prince Edward County for over 30 years. Obviously, we're evolving. Is it my presentation? No. Okay.
Your presentation is evolving. It's coming up.
We've got our best on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going, we'll catch up with the slide.
Okay, so the next slide is our mission, which I cannot repeat word for word. So we'll, there we are.
Yep.
Okay, I'll let you kind of read through what our mission is. But we do support women 16 years of age and up, residing in the Prince Edward County area. The only time we go outside of that guideline is when Three Oaks has some needs that they can't meet, and then potentially we may be able to handle that. Three Oaks handling Belleville area. So we do, our clients are women and children that have experienced abuse and are fleeing the domestic violence situation. So in 2025, we helped over 100 women plus their children. So Alternatives services are violence against women counseling, rural outreach counseling. So we literally have people going out into the field and meeting people either in their homes or in a safe environment in their areas. Transitional counseling, which comes into play when they have spent the 12 months in our secondary housing facility, and we are getting them ready to transition into their new home. The Kiosan is actually a type of it's the system in which we choose who is capable of moving into or meets the standards of moving into our second stage housing, and we'll go into that a little bit more later. Training and public engagement, group counseling. So we do hold group counseling, which includes men in what is called Caring Dads, which is an international program that we currently have a trained counselor for those, for the Caring Dads. They're in their third round of 12-week programs. Our crisis line, which is 24/7. We have people on call 7 days a week. We help our clients with appointments and supporting them through court, advocacies and referrals. So we will sit with them during these meetings, and we also transport to the shelter all of their belongings when necessary. So our free counseling and rural outreach counseling, I apologize for the spelling mistakes there. So they're open to all women who have experienced violence, and even if they remain in the house with their abuser, we will continue to want to see them. It's all non-judgmental, supportive, and options-based, and all different types of abuse. Verbal, physical, emotional, any kind of abuse that they've experienced. We teach our clients about the cycle of violence in hopes that they will not repeat what they have been through. However, you'll see the fact at the bottom that a woman returns to an abusive relationship an average of 7 times before they actually decide to leave. And again, housing and stability is one of those reasons. We help them with assertiveness and understanding boundaries and self-esteem, self-care, because you'd be surprised, a lot of these people just don't even look after themselves. And we look after them for parenting support and effects with their children as well, and we connect them with appropriate counseling for the kids. So transitional counseling, again, is pretty straightforward, but we assist in finding the affordable housing beyond the 12 months that they spend with us, and the income supports and setting up utilities and amenities. So just all the basics, life skills, and so on. So we just build an extended support network for these women. So this is our team, training and public engagement. Everybody does this. So we do community workshops, youth engagement, and we do work with the Rock as well. And we work with Girls Inc. And presentations and discussions such as these. And I was with the United Way this morning. So just talking about the second stage housing and the Kiosan is the definition of that is to choose. So it's just the name of our program that we have established. And again, they stay up to 1 year, the women and children, their rent geared income, secure buildings, regular contact with counselors is an absolute must. And currently we're providing housing for 16 women, 11 children this year. So in our current offices, we also have 4 self-contained apartments within that as well. So we are currently building a new facility. So just some staggering statistics. 323 domestic violence investigations here in PEC in 2025. And we've provided services to over 100, I've already said that. And then 16 women and 16 children. I won't get into the provincial stats, but I will be sending the presentation out. So no matter what, it is staggering. We do use the term femicide. Femicide is an international killing of women and girls because of their sex or gender, unlike the gender neutral term homicide. Femicide emphasizes the misogynistic motives, power imbalances, and gender equality that drive the acts of violence. And we're talking on an international basis, as we've all heard some of the horror stories. Next, please. So here is what my purpose is in life right now, is our capital project. We are building a new facility in Prince Edward County because our current facility has reached its maximum. No more lipstick on the you-know-what. We cannot fix the building anymore. So we are full at the old facility right now, and we will be moving all 6 families into the new facility by the end of July. So again, that just sort of covers that area. And those women are leaving anywhere in between January and this time next year for their 12 months. Why transitional housing matters. It matters because we need to get these women away from the violence. We need to get the children away from the violence. Rural communities face very limited rental options. And as we know, as Prince Edward County residents, we know that the cost of this housing is very expensive. So they're forced to choose between safety and homelessness. And the housing and homelessness meeting is going on right now. And yeah, it's a real problem here in the county, of course. And yes, our program also helps them with life skills. So this is the Bill of Rights for women. I'm not going to read it out to you, but it's quite poignant and relevant to our mission. So how can the community help? Donating every dollar helps to bring us closer to our goal. We spread the word through our mission and fundraising campaigns. I have several irons in the fire right now. We're doing something at one of the one of the lavender farms, and we're doing a couple things in Bloomfield. I'm talking to Base 31. Yeah, we've got a lot of things going on right now. So I would say the number one thing would be volunteers, because I can't be at every event that I'm planning as much as I'd like to. So I think that that's one area where the solid team of 6 women right now managing this project and all of our goals and counseling and whatnot, we could use volunteers. So please feel free to reach out anytime. And here's how you can do it. So we have the QR code for donations, plus the county foundation as well is that can be done through their website as well as ours. And of course, we have our crisis line, which we answer every day and all through the night, and administrative and our general inquiries. So please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Are there any questions right now?
Quick comment. I really appreciate the work that you do. I'm aware of it. Are you aware of the public service program on County FM?
No.
No. Okay, so on the side, I will.
Okay, great.
Through that, there's free opportunities there to get married.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, for the presentation. There are significant, probably strong stats provincially for.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Public Dome and County Foundation would have some better information about that. I know it is a significant problem. I don't know how significant in the county, but I know there is a problem.
Right.
Do you have a capacity, or could you build capacity to receive some female elders who are being abused?
No, but I know that social services does have some programs ongoing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So our counselors are very well versed in how we can help with that. As well, we have 2 members of the OPP that we work with very closely, and they also have resources. Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering about your new transitional housing facility.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like people are moving in July. And is that all fully funded? You've raised the capital to do?
For the actual build or for the moves?
Oh.
So we are currently fundraising for $1.5 million to help us sort of finish up the filling of the 6 units with furniture and appliances and things. So we're fundraising for that. That's a big part of what I'm doing. But yes, as far as the build and everything else, it has been already taken care of. The move, we have it's actually out of Durham region. There is a moving company, which is a nonprofit moving company, and they're trying to open up here in the county. And so we will be their first, hopefully their first activity, and they will be moving the 6 families out and into the new facility.
Okay. So, I could perhaps relate a lot of stories about this problem. Everybody knows I was a lawyer here for many years and a judge for many more than that. My issue was always, how can you stop these bad
And I always thought, at the end of the day, the best way would be to publish their faces in the local newspaper.
Mhm.
There's so many of the perpetrators, the local men. And my understanding in my travels as a judge, that's the same everywhere.
Mm.
And it's how do you stop them? I could put people in jail, then some.
Yeah.
They just did their time and came out and beat up the white man. I think it's a scourge that we can't seem to fix. And it's so embarrassing and shameful for men. It's just awful that men won't stop doing it.
Well, I mean, certainly, that is not our main goal. Our main goal is to make sure that the women and children receive what they need, unfortunately, post violence. Now, I will say that the caring dads, and it sounds a bit weak just by the name of it, but it's really not. It's a 12-week program where we have the men that are connected to the clients that we have, and they are learning new ways to control themselves, speak to their kids, speak to their wives, whether they're with them or not. Also, I would say that the youth outreach is another big one because we are getting out to speak to the teens to try and get them to understand the cycle of violence. And so if they are coming from a home where their mom or grandmother or whatever was abused, then, we're teaching them things that they can do to not continue that cycle of violence. I think it's the only way you can do it.
Kathy, what's going to happen to your current location? What's your selling your new location?
It has been sold.
Okay, thanks.
And all of the money from that facility is going into the new one. I think Dom had a question too. Oh, sorry.
I'll keep it short. Just wanted to comment on Richard's point and then make a point about the fundraising. I think that it's a multifaceted issue, and of course, we always want to focus on upstream efforts, and alternatives for women is really for people that are in crisis, and how do we support them with getting out of that situation into housing that is stable and providing a place for themselves and their children to be able to survive. I think one of the things that you could do is support the transitional housing. That's taking a stand. I think community needs to do something to show that this is not okay. We need to model that positive behavior. What do healthy relationships look like? And how do you manage yourselves in times of stress? We all know what that feels like. And your heart rate gets elevated. Aaron says something to me and I kind of, you get upset. I understand. And I think if we can find ways to channel that in a positive way, that's something that we can do as a community. Now, for the transitional housing fundraiser, I just want to speak to that. The County Foundation is holding the fund for alternatives for women. So we are supporting their effort, and we are asking community members to support the cause, whether that's from a monthly donation or other contributions. We take securities, we take insurance, we take whatever you're willing to hand over. In terms of the timeline, I know that they're moving people in July. They've been able to scrape together what they need as a temporary financing option. So they've sold the building, and they've got another building that they have, I believe, leveraged to be able to support this. But as a charity, they need more contributions to make sure that it's an ongoing effort. And as mentioned, that's not ministry funded at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's funded by community, and I think that's the first thing we can do to show that we support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I do just want to point out that I do have some information about our build. And the reasons for it, which I've already indicated, is because the current building is no longer viable. This is what we call the levels of giving, and this just helps people understand sort of what it's going to cost to make sure that each unit is fully furnished, because they're not bringing their furnishings into the new build. So anyways, this this is here for the taking. I'm going to leave them up here. And it just helps you understand. We've got, you know, sort of the bathrooms, the laundry room, the bedrooms, and what it's going to cost. So certainly all donations are very welcome and appreciated.
Kathy, thank you so much. Such a worthy organization and cause, and hopefully society gets a little better as time goes on. So one of the things that we do when people come and give us a presentation is in the name of, in your name, through Rotary, our penchant for eradicating polio, we will inoculate 50 kids in your name.
Wow.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Yes. Okay, getting on to birthdays. None. All right. Spouse's birthdays, Rick Moynes, Debbie McDonald Moynes' husband.